welcome back to my channel. I'm Jen from Jen's House of Six. As I record this video, it is the last few days of fall before winter arrives. For some, the weather may have already arrived, but the date on the calendar that says winter hasn't quite come yet. That's how it is for us here in California. Today I will be putting away all of the fall things and taking one last look at them before saying goodbye to fall and hello to winter. Holiday decor is different for everyone. I feel like mine has evolved over the years. I slowly collect throughout the year, not intentionally, but unintentionally will happen upon something while thrifting that I really love and want to add to my decor. And these things that you see here are actually crafts that I did with my kids throughout the years and my nieces and nephews. I used to host, when they were small, a little fall day, and I would make a big pot of chicken and dumpling soup, and they would come over and we would make a little fall craft. And I'm so glad that we did that and kept them to reflect on every single year. As I look at these, I miss those days, but also I don't. It's such a weird feeling. It was so much easier to get everyone together when the kids were small. So I'm so glad that we didn't take that time for granted, and we have something to remember that special time and age of the kids by. As I said earlier, just like your decor looks different every year and probably for everyone, even though the stores sell mass-produced many of the same things, you could give it to hundreds of different people and it would never come out the same. And that's what's so special and unique about each of us and about each holiday. Just like those holidays, each one looked different, each craft was different, the kids' ages were different. Every holiday that you get together with family is different and beautiful in its own special way. I'm kind of loving videos that you can actually hear the sound of the water going into the sink and the dishes going in there, but I couldn't leave the sound on for this video because my children are in the background listening to a story. An Adventures in Odyssey story, to be more specific. So I knew that wouldn't work out. So instead, you'll get to hear music and me. Fall is such a lovely time. It's not cold, but it's also not warm. Normally, I know a lot of times we have a hot fall here in California, but this year has been just a really nice fall weather. The only thing that I dislike about fall is the flies. And I'm guessing if you don't live near the country or near an open field or animals, that maybe this isn't a problem where you are. But for those that are more country and not as suburban, the flies are a real problem. Some of you may be wondering why I'm washing these dishes to store them, and I'll tell you why. This year, when I got my fall decor out from being stored from the year before, I wasn't very nice to myself. I put it all the way dusty, and so I had to wash everything before putting it out, and it was a lot of work. So I thought I would be nice to myself next year and wash everything so when it comes out, it will be fresh and ready to be used. It's nice to be nice to your own self sometimes. A few years ago, I did away with any kind of a pumpkin that was breakable or hard. I do say I have a few that are not cloth, like there's about 2 in this photo that are not soft and squishy. And I did that on purpose because they're so much easier to store, as you can see, when you can squish them all in there. As I was saying earlier about each holiday looking different, and this year for us was no exception because it was the first year to not have my grandpa here to say the Thanksgiving prayer like he's done for the last as long as I can remember. So my husband said the prayer, and I think we'll find someone new, like maybe my dad, to start doing that as tradition. But it was just different. thing that fall takes with it is the daylight, and winter brings in the night. To be completely honest, I really don't like the transition. It gets dark so early, but I know we'll adjust to it because just like everything else, it's different at first. But it does help you pause and rest. And winter, I would say, is about rest. And sometimes we forget to rest because the season, before Christmas at least, is so busy. And then once Christmas is past, it seems to slow a bit, where you kind of lose track of the date and the day of the week and maybe even the time of day. But each season brings something new. I absolutely love the colors that the trees turn when it's fall. Oh my goodness, it's just almost breathtaking. And this is a church that we happened upon one day. We were going to pick up some meat that we had processed at a butcher out of town. And of course, my husband is up for all my crazy ideas, and I just could not get over the beauty of this church, the stained glass windows. It is a little bit run down, but it's still so beautiful. I had to have him stop so that I could get a closer look, and also to show all of you. Now you will notice coming up the gorgeous, bright, golden yellow leaves on this tree, and oh my word, this video honestly does not do it justice. I would love to find out what kind of tree that is because I want one. It's just breathtaking. These trees, gorgeous. Do you see what I mean? I was pretty disappointed that these chickens didn't like the pumpkins more than they did. They really didn't eat them. I felt like it was wasteful, but also the cows were jealous. You could hear them mooing in the background, but they didn't eat it either. Last year we had about 4 trees that went down from the wet winter that we had. So my husband has had him and the boys working on getting that wood cut up to be usable. We are coming to the end of this video, and I hope that your heart is ready to say goodbye to fall and hello to winter and more rest And as always, thank you so much for watching. And if you like videos like this, please consider subscribing. And we'll see you on the next one.